The American voters with that pitch and that point of view?
Yeah, I mean, look, if you look at the problems that are really causing the hollowing out of the middle, it's a combination of a lack of opportunity. There's no question that the flight of manufacturing jobs away from America. We've lost 2 million in the last 7 years under Barack Obama. 15,000 manufacturing jobs have left, and as you know, I mean, that they have the greatest multiplier effect. They have the biggest impact on lower wage workers. The 74% of Americans who don't have a college degree who are in the workforce right now. Manufacturing is a key for them to do well. So that's part of it. But we can't ignore the other part, and that is that particularly for lower income people, the fact that marriage is broken down and that families are fractured and in many cases not even forming. Majority of children born in America are going to be raised in a home where there is no dad. I mean, that's not particularly for young men. That is, and this is what Galston's article and Robert Putnam, another liberal Harvard sociologist, have come to the same conclusion. So this isn't a left-right issue anymore. This is an issue just of looking at the numbers and saying, look, we've got to do something about this.
And it's one that everybody's talking about. When I talk to people in this country, Senator, they want to talk taxes. It's at the top of their list. Unfortunately, the second debate didn't get to much of that last night, but I want to bring in others on the panel right now. Dagen McDowell.
Senator, good to see you. And I would pose, in terms of manufacturing, I would pose a question I wanted asked last night and I didn't hear it. Manufacturing, as we've lost manufacturing jobs, that is part related to our nature as an economy as it becomes richer and it becomes more developed, that those jobs go away and instead we have created technology jobs that require much more advanced educations. So when you talk about bringing manufacturing back to the U.S., we still have a very vibrant auto sector, a very vibrant aerospace industry. You talk about, you're basically talking to a very pro-union voter, typically not the Republican voter.
Well, I think there's a lot of people who work in manufacturing who are not union. I mean, obviously, private sector unions now are almost gone. I mean, it's other than a handful of states in the north, even in the manufacturing sector, union employment is very, very low. I think what we're talking about here is a different kind of manufacturing. Obviously, not the old mills that were labor intensive, but high tech manufacturing. I probably visit a manufacturer at least 2-3 times a week. I'll be at one again today, and these are great places to work. They're clean, they're computerized, they're technology. A lot of it is robotics, but the skill level that's required for people to come in, it's a technical degree, it's on-the-job training, and it's an opportunity for people who want to work and want to get a skill to be able to get those skills and be able to go to work in a good-paying job.
We don't have much time, so I want to make sure we get these questions in. And I wanted to ask you, because everybody's talking about who won and who lost last night. And as a party, and I don't want to, because I didn't want to talk specific candidates. You were in the earlier debate, but as a whole, did the GOP walk away from that debate stronger? We saw the GOP rally around each other. The candidates rallied around each other, specifically with those comments by Ted Cruz. In the face of questionable questions coming from the moderator and the agenda and the bias seemingly coming from that network. Did the GOP walk away in a stronger form?
I don't think you walk away stronger unless you're talking about what you're going to do to make people's lives better. And I don't think that that's what the second debate did that. In fact, I think most of the candidates who are out there and who are, quote, at the top of the pack have spent most of their time attacking each other and not really laying out a positive vision. Even ones who aren't attacking aren't laying out much of a vision. And I think that's a real problem in the long run. If we aren't offering a way up for people, if we aren't somehow different than what the Democrats are, just beating up on the other side or beating up on each other is not going to get the votes that we need to win the election. So, one of the reasons I've not been out there attacking anybody else in this race, I've been focused very much on laying out a policy on taxes and trade and not manufacturing and immigration. And I'm out there looking for to create opportunities for folks who want to align with us in this next election.
Well, you went after Lindsey Graham as well about his wanting to increase legal immigration, and you were talking about the job participation in this rate in this country at its lowest level in 50 years. You hit a lot of the hot button issues last night. Senator Rick Santorum, we really appreciate you coming on and reacting on Fox Business this morning. Thank you.
Thank you.